Thank you. First of all, thanks for being here and supporting this great event. Scott and the I Club always do a great job, so appreciate that. The band Spirit Squad adding to it. And Alex, that was an impressive plate that you had with you. Our lineman would be, they don't hurt you. Okay, you can go back, I'm sure. Our lineman would be impressed. It was good. Mike, great to see you and your group. You guys are up early, as always. Appreciate you guys being here, so always excellent. And, Jim has worked with our athletes, a lot of our athletes, not just in football, for many, many years, as you know, and Jim does a great job. Appreciate you being here. And what can I say about what Mark has done in a short amount of time with the golf program? And I don't know a lot about golf, other than I just know he came in and just really had a tremendous impact with it, and it's been fun to watch their teams improve and compete every year. So Mark, congratulations, and I know you guys are going to keep it going, and that facility has got to be a great, great help to you too, so it's exciting. It's fun to see that going on. Appreciate you being here. Last week was a tough week for our football team. First of all, the crowd was outstanding. Really, it was great to come out of the tunnel and just see a sea of gold out there, and the enthusiasm level was absolutely fantastic. Scott said at Diane, going into the Hall of Fame, I think it's outstanding. We had two football players. Craig Clements, who I understand was one heck of a football player. I didn't get to witness him, but Brad Banks was down on the sideline. Brad's not only an excellent football player, but just I think a great ambassador for what college athletes stand for. And there's a really nice article that was done. I read during the middle of the week this week. It was done last week, but shared that with our team. Some of Brad's comments really just, he embodies what you're looking for in a young guy, and really gets it and understands the whole thing. So it was great to see that. And then obviously the Wall of Honor being unveiled last week, and having Randy Duncan, Chuck Long, and Larry Station here. Just an outstanding tribute to some really great all-time Hawkeyes as well. So a lot of good things on that front. We had a tough loss, as you know, to a really good opponent. And the takeaway after watching the film, I think there are an awful lot of positives out there. I thought our team had a lot of energy. They played hard, competed. And the bottom line is we just didn't do quite enough to get it done. And I think anytime you give up or turn the ball over 3 times, give up some big plays, and we had some opportunities maybe to take control of the game in that second half, and weren't quite up to that. That's really what we're looking at right now, and I think that's what we walked away from on Sunday after watching the tape. But this team's really had a great attitude going back to last November since we started, and I have no question that we're going to continue to push forward and do a good job. We watched the film on Sunday, then after we're done with that, we talk about the game, go back and detail some things. And then we encourage our players to turn the page, and we do that as coaches every week. We turn the page to our next opponent, and now we're looking forward to Missouri State. Our captains this week will be the same 4 players. We've got James Morris and Christian Kirksey on defense, and then offensively, Brett Van Sloten, Mark Weissman will serve as our captains. Those guys have done a great job all the way through. Scott Pospisil will be our honorary captain, and I think Scott's really an appropriate guy. It just dawned on me last winter. Saw Scott in our building that I'd never had him. I went back and checked. We never had him on our list, and I think Scott's a great story. He originally went to the University of Nebraska, grew up in Mount Vernon, transferred back here, and walked on the football team. When we got here in 1999, the spring of '99, he emerged as one of our top guys. He had never started a game, and just really impressed us, kind of like Bruce Nelson on the other side of the ball, except for Scott was a senior, and Scott played every meaningful down as a senior. Was one of our team captains, team MVPs, and just a tremendous story, I think. And I know a lot of people were very, very surprised by what he did as a football player. To me, he really kind of symbolizes what it took to get this whole thing going, and I think he's going to be a perfect guy to be with our team today. Playing Missouri State, looking at them, they're coming into the game 0-1. They played a week ago Thursday night, lost their opener at home. And if you look back last year, it's kind of, I think there's a story with their football team. They were struggling. Made a quarterback change, ended up winning 3 straight, and then lost to North Dakota State, I believe, by 4 points. Had a chance to go 4 in a row. So when they put their quarterback in, that kind of ignited them. That's the guy that'll be playing on Saturday. He's a very slick player, a little bit like Brad in some ways, in that he's a pretty nifty runner. They don't run him exclusively, but when he does run, he's very dangerous, a good passer. They've got good skill players, and then on defense, they return 10 players. So that's really the core of their team right now. And that's what we're up against there. think probably the two biggest things for our football team as we approach this week, we talked about respecting our opponent first and foremost, and we talk about that every week. And I think one thing our players are exposed to, a lot of voices. They hear a lot of things through the media, etc., classmates. And 1 week it might be that you're knocked, you have no chance to win. The next week, there's no question you guys will win. And basically that means nothing. And if you look in sports, last week there were 8 FCS teams that won over FBS teams, 8 teams alone last weekend, which was kind of alarming. But I think it's just kind of an indication that there is nothing automatic in college football. So that's the first thing we started with this week, and then the other thing obviously is all about improvement. That's really the thing that we try to get across to our players on a daily basis, year-round, and certainly in season it's no different. We certainly want to win tomorrow. That's our number one goal, to beat the opponent, whoever they may be. But hopefully in the process we're improving too, and I think it's especially true early in this season, not only week 2, but early in this season. And I think it's especially true with our football teams. You just look back 2 years ago, speaking of FCS teams, in 2009, we had a pretty good football team that barely escaped our opener in 2009 against a very good Northern Iowa team, and then went on to become a very, very good football team. So that's really been our theme all the way through. We're trying to keep our foot down all as hard as we can, foot down to the floorboard, and push our team. The guys have been practicing very well. They've been very receptive. And our goal tomorrow obviously is play better than last week, correct some of those things that we did do well, and get into the winning column. So it's pretty simple for us. That's where our eyes are right now. And just happy to say the guys have had a good week of practice. Eager to get back in Kinnick tomorrow. It's a great place to certainly play on Saturdays, and we're looking forward to a great crowd. So we appreciate your support as always, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you.